This is DropTent Media Network.
Hey, welcome to the Weekday Comics. I'm Dave Primiano.
And I'm Dan D'Aprile, and we're here to shoot the shit and talk the news. Hey, what's up?
We're good, nothing. That's not how you answer that question. Hey, I'm a little shook up. We had 2 earthquakes in one day.
Yeah.
And we're still here, God willing. And an eclipse. Yeah. Does that cause damage? I don't know.
Yeah. The eclipse, there was 2 big black things that captured the nation's attention, and Beyonce was overshadowed.
Oh man,
by the moon getting in the way of the sun. Did you look at it? Did you see the eclipse?
Who said that? No, I didn't.
Oh, you're blind. You look directly at the.
Oh boy, visual here.
Yeah.
We got a guest.
We do. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Enough eclipse talk. Let's talk about the shining sun of this podcast. Our guest. Would you like to introduce him?
He formerly hosted the now redacted Grape Room Mike. He's one of the stars of My Dumbass Mom podcast and a few other redacted podcasts. The Launching Pod. And,
we had a few that died. Mostly my podcast died when I'm in charge. But
That's
My
true.
Dumbass Mom Going Strong will live forever.
And he's also. Are you still a voice in that cartoon that we did a table read? He was supposed to be there, and he ghosted
I was
us.
given a special dispensation by our Pope Carol II. He said your involvement was so minuscule and you were also going to outshine everyone who had more lines. We're going to save you for the next one.
Wait, what part are you playing? Just name.
I am. Well, no, I don't want to give it away because I think what Neil promised me is that I have a bigger role as it goes on. So
Okay, all right.
I show up at the very, very end. Of the
I won't even be watching by then.
But no, you'll watch for your voice and then you'll turn it off.
No, I'll skip those parts too. I hate listening to my voice. Sylis P. I didn't say his name.
Yeah, we actually introduced the guest.
Hi, how are you? Yes, hi.
Good. Thank you for being here.
Thank you guys for having me. I don't get out anymore, so this is good. This is nice. It's been my last time.
That's okay. This is how we stay social. This is like the only way we see comedians anymore.
And each other.
Yeah.
And well,
hey, I could take that. I could take Dave or leave him, you know.
We'll try it without me one week.
Next week is just me and Dan.
That is true. You've managed to do it with me Skyping in on several occasions, but I've yet to have to do that. So far you have the trophy of you could probably run this thing without me. I don't know if I could without you.
I was sick one week, but then we just canceled the whole thing. That's how fucking important I am.
Yeah. You give me the option. I'm like, fuck it. We'll just take a week off.
So yeah. You're a free agent on Tuesdays now.
I am. I'm open for hire. I can go to any mic and just what I think is I can go to like rival mics and just like ruin them. I'm a double agent of sorts.
Yeah.
For those who are watching and don't know, you ran which was for a time the biggest open mic in the Philadelphia area for a long time. Yeah. So that's what we're talking about.
Launching pad.
Yeah.
If you will.
If you will.
If you won't anymore. We won't. I ran the Grape Room for the Grape Room open mic for 11 and a half, almost 12 years, which is way too long. Why? Why did they stop me?
Is the bar closed or do they just they're just 86ing you?
That would be so satisfying if Scooter just fired me.
Yeah.
Being like, sorry, you're not drinking enough on a Tuesday for free. I don't know what the standards would be. And obviously didn't happen in 12 years. So I don't, but yeah, no, the bar is closed. It's a whole thing, but I'm on board with why, Scooter has his reason. He went out on his,
did they put the in grape? No.
All right. Well, it's been 4 minutes and Dave did it.
Dave has already gotten this one delisted.
That joke can't be made anymore if the Grape Room isn't around.
and yet I do believe you will. I believe in you, Dave.
You'll find a way.
R.A.P. Grape E. R.A.P.
Just in the brain.
Yeah.
But
so, you're the unofficial mayor of Manayunk too. That was your
Yeah, and that sucks. I'm trying to wash that stink off of me. Now, finally, I can break free of it. This will be the last time I'm referred to that way. And I expect a Chiron here, just mayor of Manayunk in perpetuity.
We have a sash prepared for
you, wow.
Yeah.
That's nice. I'll hang myself with it. But yeah, no, I mean, I only did comedy within like a 5-block radius of where I sleep. And So if you guys have any leads in bars within 5 minutes of me, I'm all ears.
I admire that dedication. I admire that. As somebody who's the same way, people are feeling like I'll run in like you do the same thing. Like, well, I haven't seen you in a while. It's like, yeah, I live like 45 minutes away. It's 45 minutes. I'm not making that drive.
Why would you? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's insane.
No.
You know.
No, this is the only way I get to see half of the
Exactly.
comedians from Philly anymore.
No,
is
you
having
come
them
to
on the
see
podcast.
me. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
I know. I love coming. Yeah, I'll come to only safe neighborhoods like this one. Did you lock your car, by the way?
There were a lot of people with guns, so I felt very safe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did see someone siphoning gas tonight on the way here.
Oh, wow.
Not like in this direct, in immediate vicinity, but walkable distance easily. Yeah, and he wasn't inauspicious at all. That was just a blatant
Just as
siphon.
bold as you like, just taking it.
Thanks for not saying anything, dude. I appreciate it. I've been out here for a while.
Times are tough here at the DropTent studios.
Looked a lot like you. Ed.
There's an active fire off to Dave's left. We're keeping warm, but luckily the weather's nice.
Yeah. At least we're back to the usual freaks in Philadelphia. I was here on Saturday, and my girlfriend and I had plans with our friends. We were like, what is with this crowd? Why is it so hard to get into the city? And as we got in, we just saw the legion of freaks that were dressed up for none other than WrestleMania. Neil pumping
likes
his
that
fist.
shit.
Yeah.
Are you?
I'm a big wrestling. I did not go to WrestleMania. I could not bring myself to do it because I always say I've grown up watching wrestling, and here and there been more or less passionate, but oh my God, it's so embarrassing being amongst those people. It really is. I mean, just God.
So you just enjoyed it from home? Or
I
that
did.
costs money? Doesn't it?
No.
Oh,
It's with a Peacock subscription, and use my promo code Great Room Forever. You get $5 off the first month.
First plug of the evening.
Yeah.
I look like a guy that loves WrestleMania, and I do have a joke about the Ultimate Warrior, but I used to watch it. I don't want, I couldn't tell you any of the people who are like the big wrestlers now.
And all
No.
6 of him are dead, right?
Yes. Yeah. So I was like the 80s, 90s, Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage. That era, I loved it. And then, I grew up. So I just
Explain the appeal of wrestling. But do it like you're 5 or
Well, when the big men, the barrel-chested men, are hairy and naked and covered in oil, it's just something arouses within my loins, and that's my time. That's my time to watch on Peacock Premium,
Peacock
After Dark.
I don't even know if that's a real thing. Right?
it will be soon enough. I understand why people would like wrestling. It's like an athletic sort of thing. It's like a sport kind of in a way, even though it's scripted. But
Yeah, I know they put their body through stuff and their brains.
yeah.
I know that they to entertain us, they let their heads get rattled around.
Yeah.
Nothing bad ever comes of that either. It's
No,
not,
no
they
wrestlers have ever done
they
anything
walk
violent.
into a cornfield and at the
Hey.
ripe old age of 32.
Yes.
But on the plus side, we can all agree that thanks to Antonio Brown, CTE is finally funny again.
It really is.
You're not on Twitter, or X as they call it now.
No, is he going crazy?
He is the most entertaining thing on it right now, and he hashtags everything CTESPN.
That is great.
That's awesome.
I mean, sure, he occasionally jerks off in public now.
What is that a thing that he
That's
did?
100%
I missed
something
that
he
story.
did. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. Who amongst us, though? Has not played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, got contracted CTE. I said contracted as if it was like an STD.
Contracted, yeah, like
His
it's
brain
Legionnaire's
was
disease.
contracted inside
I mean-
his skull.
with him, we all know the exact moment it happened.
Which one's that?
Right over the middle, perfect.
Oh, when he
The
took him out.
Bengals were going to win their first playoff game in like 52 years, and then the fucking 2 defensive penalties that led the Steelers right up the field, but
That's
one of
right.
them murdered Antonio Brown's
That's
brain.
right. Yeah. Yeah. I just remember the antics, the pre-CTE, the taking his jersey off
That
and
was
running
post.
around, or in post,
Oh.
excuse
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
That's right, post CTE of him taking his jersey and running around. Mr. Big Chest. That's the era that I enjoy.
Barrel chested.
Barrel chested,
Not all
hairy,
not all
oily.
muscular chests are considered barrel, right?
No.
That's a specific
It's like
kind.
Bruno
Yeah.
Sammartino is who I'm thinking of. He's,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, come on. You're as old as I am.
But I only watched wrestling I watched wrestling around N64 days because they had
Okay.
the really good wrestling games.
I admit, what little interest I had in wrestling waned when the games got worse and worse. Like they used to have really good wrestling games.
Mine when Sting started talking. You're
Like in the video games or overall?
Yes,
Yes.
in the video, in real life. He like
Okay.
painted his face
Yes.
red. He joined the NWO Wolfpack. He looked ridiculous.
Yes.
And then he gave speeches because he used to be cool like the Crow. He was like a decade after the Crow maybe, but he still kept it.
That is like the going rate for like wrestling pop culture references. They're always like 10 to 15 years behind.
Yeah, that is true.
Isn't
It does seem
It's
to
weird.
lag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something
Well, I
maybe
guess
maybe
they-
because their brains are semi-apple.
Yeah, they did a nice respectful 10-year mourning period for Brandon Lee.
Yeah.
And then we're like, it's time to bring the Crow back.
The Crow character.
We're not going to disrespect him like Edward Furlong did, or whatever Skarsgård
what-
brothers doing it now.
Then what action star, what deceased action star would they be bringing back in this time frame?
They're gonna have
Like a Paul
someone
Walker?
yeah, ride a Lamborghini.
Yeah, they should have a Paul Walker
They're
character.
gonna have Vin Diesel jump a Lamborghini off the top rope.
Hey, they already have The Rock, right? So there they go.
That's
That's
right.
one booking they don't have to worry about. Get Michelle Rodriguez in there.
I'd be for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what other movie stars be dying 10 years ago.
Shit.
Anton Yelchin.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what role
he kind of got a role. That's a fucked up choice of word.
You're right.
For those of you, I don't know the exact logistics of it. He was outside on his driveway and his car just rolled backwards and
Yes.
smushed him. Is
and
that
that was it.
he got death?
That's
Yelchin? I thought I said,
Yelchin.
did I
Yelchin,
combine him with
Yelchin.
Boris
I
Yelchin?
think you did. Yeah. Yeah, his truck rolled over him.
that we usually do it.
Sort of like a
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner situation, kind of. He also had a vehicle roll over onto him. That's really like your biggest predator. as a
Is the
successful
movie
actor.
Renner? Yeah.
Yeah. Is having a
When you're a
vehicle
mo- yeah.
rolling on you. I guess,
Nothing
or you-
bad will ever happen to me.
Their lone weakness, their only natural predator.
I'm still waiting for the steamroller.
Like get like little Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just, just to confirm that they do just have a flattened version, but you can recover from that by sticking your thumb in your mouth and blowing really
Right,
hard.
and blowing up.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the cure for being run over by a steamroller. Or if it's like a severe case, you need someone to get a bike pump and pump you
Yes.
up again. Is
That's
usually
true.
the other way out of it.
But you do need like a snappy line as soon as you come back.
Yeah.
And I don't have one right now. I don't know why I said that. I was like flat, squash, squish. Nope. That's why if I get killed by a steamroller, I'm dead.
I wonder if anyone has been killed by a steamroller. It's like the Austin Powers joke where he's like screaming and it's taking forever to run him over. So I don't see like it happening naturally as a course of like someone's gonna run someone over with it.
Natural.
Maybe if you like tied someone down as like a form of like, I don't know, you have like a real flair for the for
It
torture
happened-
or something.
Oh, it happened in Brazil.
Oh
That
no.
was the worst place for it to happen. Those
Yeah.
big, beautiful, rotund asses.
Oh.
Oh, you watched it?
Oh man, I'm glad I
Sorry,
saw that.
everybody.
I saw it move, but
How
I
does
didn't
this
actually
guy
see
not-
it. I'm glad
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
see it.
yeah. Don't.
We're
I mean,
watching
I-
a
we're-
bulldozer run over.
I just
We're
don't know
on
how-
rotten.com now.
Wait,
I
how
just-
fast do those things go?
I know it's not going that quick, and this is TMZ, so I can show. I'm just going to show
TMZ
it
has-
so small.
Yeah, so he's standing on the side of the
But-
road. It looks like they're paving a new road.
You have to get on. I'm not going to blow this all the way up just for people at home, but like you can. He's there, and I don't know how he's just not looking, and then he starts running, and this thing's moving.
Yeah, that thing fucking good.
All right, I don't want to see any more of that.
There you go.
Yeah, let's get out of that.
That's
You
not
can-
that thing. A real steamroller, that thing like bumped when it hit him. That
Yeah.
a good steamroller would
Wouldn't
stay
bump.
flat.
Movies
Yeah.
lied to us.
And he would come up and kind of drift back
Yeah,
down to the
go-
ground as like a flat
Little
disc.
whiskey.
Yeah, if I knew
Yeah.
they went that fast, then they should definitely make another Fast and Furious movie.
Just all all steamrollers.
Oops, all steamrollers.
Yeah, write that down. That's good. That's a good title.
So you had a sitcom based podcast
I did.
correct?
Yes.
I'm not remembering the name of
Talking Sit,
it. Ooh.
which I still threaten to bring back, but I won't because I'm lazy.
What was the premise of it?
So basically, I would have a guest on each week, and I would have them pick out a classic sitcom, and well, really any sitcom, because some people really push the boundaries.
What's the cutoff date for classic?
Honestly, it could be anything because we definitely did some. Well, the latest one I can think of was probably like late 90s. I know we did like a Just Shoot Me episode, which, hey, that might be classic. to you.
That's classic.
I would
You know,
consider that classic.
yeah, exactly. That was part of Must See TV.
Yeah.
But that was part of the Taya Leone theme song.
Oh hell yeah.
Taya Leone.
I remember.
Yeah.
I've never forgotten that. I won't say that's a core memory, but that memory,
that's
that
in my
Taya
head.
Leone song has been in my head.
Cherry, Just Shoot Me. But again, I don't remember relatives' names, but I'll remember that.
Yeah, totally. I'll go Taya Leone.
What do relatives do for you?
Yeah, so yeah, we would watch a sitcom. We would I would do like the whole history on it, do a good amount of research on it for no one to watch or listen to it. So that's part of why I'm not doing it anymore. And then we would watch the episode and just do like running commentary because no one's ever done running commentary on a podcast before. I'm an innovator. I'm a disruptor in my space. But no, it's a lot of fun because again, it's just like the nostalgia thing and just like, a lot of times it's just like, holy shit, like this was considered like the height of comedy in 1986.
Oh yeah.
And it's like a Jason Bateman sitcom that lasted for maybe a season. Ryan K, thank you very much for suggesting that. Making me watch it. What was that called? It was like Your Next Move or Your Move or something. Ryan, is this a call-in show? Ryan K, call-in right now.
Ryan K, friend of the show.
I mean, we're live.
He's just gonna pop in.
Is there, right?
Yeah, if he happens to be watching, call in.
Yeah, he made me dig deep on that one.
Well, I guess so Curb is a pretty monumental sitcom.
Yeah.
Did you catch the
We didn't
finale?
Oh no, I didn't know. So I knew it was the last season, but like, I would always like in the last couple of years, like go in and out of like seasons with Curb. And then a few weeks ago, a month or two ago, I was like, okay, I want to like get into like the last season, watch that. So I watched the Seinfeld season in like a day. And then I had to stop because I was like, okay, I'm done because it's like, it's so funny, but it's like the kind of humor and everything where it's like, okay, I gotta take a break from this for a little bit.
Curbed out.
Yeah, because I'm getting curb stomped, you might say. Don't say that.
Jesus.
Oh,
No.
Steamroller.
I know you can do it to anybody. But the most famous one is very racist.
Listen, I'm a Seth Rollins fan. That was a wrestling reference. We'll go with that. But yeah, I feel like Herb is like the kind you get like I had to like bring myself away from for a little bit. So no, I haven't seen the finale yet. Did you guys?
Yeah, did you see it? I've been waited until it all to come out so I can binge the whole season. So I'm going to start doing that probably this week.
It's kind of my plan. Yeah,
but yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Did you?
Well, let's have the discussion on whether he nailed it. No.
Well, you don't have to care
why I
about
brought it,
spoilers. Do you feel like he nailed it? Do you feel
Yeah,
like
I do. I don't want to spoil it, but it was hilarious. But on top of that, it was also a fuck you to a lot of people.
Nice.
Which is great. I love that. In this era of fan entitlement,
Yeah,
he just said, I'll do what I want. Yeah, there's too many non-artists trying to tell the artist what should be these days.
And he's in a rare position where he doesn't have to answer to anybody. He literally didn't like this. Every season since like the third one has been done on a whim. So he's just like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. He's obviously enjoyed his like press tour from like assaulting Elmo to like doing like all other kinds of crazy shit he's been doing. So, I think that something else is going to come around. It's going to be just like Curb. I don't think he's done. I think he's going to.
I mean, he released a movie that was shot in the same format. And it was like the whole improvised everything.
Yeah. So I think you'll see it again. I think it'll be like something that's slightly like Curb, but probably not exactly like it. I don't think he'll be able to stop.
I don't know. He's old as shit. And that show was a death rattle for lots of people on it.
That is true.
It really was. There was, that show had a lot it bodies on it by the end.
Yeah.
Old Richard Lewis thought he was getting out.
It took Richard Lewis right at the end.
He made it to it. He made it to the end of filming. I was ready. I was just ready for that episode where Richard Lewis just wasn't there. Kind of like a John Ritter and Bad Santa situation.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Hey, what happened to the manager guy?
He's just not there anymore.
Well, that movie has a fucking body count too. but
Who else died other
Bernie
than
made
John?
it to the end of it. at least.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah, that was around the same time too. That those guys.
Yeah, kind of.
John Ritter died on
sitcom.
9/11, but not because of 9/11.
Wait,
It was
That we
different.
know of.
That we know. No, he waited a year.
he
It was
waited
like an
to have the
aftershock of
2020
9/11.
They were patient with him.
Yeah.
I'll never forget.
Where you were when
Nah.
John Ritter died?
Three's
On the
Com-
set of 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter, you were doing a walk on. I think that's
Me?
where you were.
Me,
Yes,
yes.
you. They were like, and we're introducing our new character this week, Little Davy.
I was 30 years old and dating his teenage daughter, and it's
He
like,
said, "Listen, that
yeah.
is one rule for not doing this."
I was their version of the guy in the bike shop. or whatever.
Oh my God, Mr. Oh God, he was Gordon Jump.
I have no idea. I just know there was a rapist in a bike shop or whatever.
Rapist
On-
I
in a
never
bike
even
shop?
watched the what,
On a TV show, we should
Okay.
Different Strokes.
Different Strokes. Yeah, I only saw the clips of this where like Gary Coleman, I guess
Yes.
he's like, yeah, this dude's weird, and then he runs and
They're-
tells his dad, and they come back, and then his kid's just hiding
And then
shirtless.
Conrad Bain has a gun and he shoots him. It was crazy.
Wow.
No,
that
he
is
doesn't.
that is crazy.
That would just be a
That doesn't-
wild escalation for like an 80s sitcom.
Yeah. The sitcom, how does that resolve at the
The
end?
rest of the
Everyone-
series is just the trial of Conrad Bain, which is going to be my new podcast.
The trial of
The deep
Conrad
dive.
Bain.
Did you guys do that episode?
We did a Different Strokes episode, I think, and I forget whom's with. But I feel like that one, I tried to stay away from some like the biggest, like, oh, this special episode or whatever, because it was a little too obvious. So I just watched that one for fun on my own.
So you'd also watch like kind of B-cut episodes. as
Yes.
well.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I would always tell like the guests, like, hey, you pick an episode. Then I'd ask them, why did you pick this? You fucking freak. Why'd you want to watch the bike shop episode, Dave?
Is that the first pop culture pedophile?
Pop culture.
Well, Oliver Humperdinck. I don't know. Engelbert Humperdinck, I think. No,
I guess
perhaps.
all of Greek mythology.
yeah.
Those were pop culture icons in their own right.
God, infinity years old, sleeps with a 20-something-year-old lady, has
Problematic.
Jesus. I mean, she's of legal age, but like if you divide infinity in half and then add
Okay,
7,
it
I think
doesn't-
it's a little bit higher than 20-something. Right?
It's a little problematic. God's a groomer.
But
Let's
hey,
be-
yeah, and it's reflected in the religion.
Wait, whose religion and which way are we going with this? Catholics?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's-
fine. That's fine. I just want to make sure because I can say it about the Catholics.
Yeah, you can. No,
Yeah.
you can.
I can only talk about that circumcision blowjob thing that happened in New York.
Yeah.
People ask me not to bring that up anymore. But the media. You guys even know what I'm talking about?
I-
Circumcision
yes.
blowjob. You
Yes.
mean the
The,
rabbi?
Yeah.
Orthodox,
Yeah.
not even
Mhm.
the Orthodox. I don't think the kids on my street that are playing basketball in suits got the same thing. I think these are like the Orthodox, like these people probably look at Jews like me and are like, ugh, because I use my electricity after sunup and I fucking love bacon.
Yeah.
Like these ones are probably like, look at these Jews and they're like, ugh, such disgraces. And like,
Yeah,
their
they're
curls are supposed to be 8 inches, not 4.
They're going to hell or whatever.
Yeah.
Equivalent.
Well, these ones have their moils that make the incision and then orally suck the blood out after the incision. And like 20 babies got herpes
Yeah.
as a result of this.
Well, listen, if you can name a better way to do it, I'm all ears. Sorry.
It also sounds like the worst excuse for a guy to
To
say
have
that he has
herpes.
herpes. Like, no, it was the moil.
I got it when I
Yeah.
was a baby.
He sucked my
Baby, I swear.
circumcision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think,
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
that should be an excuse used more often, I think.
Yeah. Sorry, it wasn't me. It was the
I
rabbi's fault.
definitely wasn't fooling around with any whores. I got blown by a moil when I was a baby.
Flown by Rabbi Shmuley.
Yeah. You can't act like I was cheating on you if we haven't even met yet.
If it was ordained by God, it has to be.
And someone who has herpes, I wish I had that excuse. You know what I mean?
Not
Are
too
you
late to write your
circumcised?
backstory.
Sorry.
Are you circurcised?
I am.
Then you got the excuse.
Yeah,
There you go.
yes. Yeah.
You know?
Perfect.
6 of one, half dozen of the other. You know,
Yeah.
it's like just a good story.
I can't afford them to take off 6, dude. There's no way.
It's probably better than the story of anybody how they got herpes. It's probably a regular story. You know, like I had sex you
With a
know,
moil.
and then I had right.
Well, better for who? The person hearing it? Yeah, definitely.
100%. Better for the audience, really.
I just want to see if that person's stuck with the religion though, too. If you're hearing it from a deeply Orthodox person, like, you know, something flared up in me that just made me think maybe this religion isn't right for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna wear it forever.
It'll flare up from
Yeah.
time to time.
Yeah.
I'll always have something to remind me of those days, but the religion, it just, you know, there were some signs. Said this isn't for me. No.
No, there's a lot. I mean, this was a bad year for Jews, just all around. They had the tunnels, they had that story, they had that come out, they had the, you know, the whole other thing that's going on.
Dan.
Oh,
I don't think it's our worst year.
no, definitely not. Definitely not. You guys have a lot of bad years to look back on. This was just a bad PR year, really.
I mean, it's been a terrible PR. Yeah, not bad enough. We still got like half the country that's like, yeah, what they're doing is fine. I mean, I'd say they're actively making somebody else's year worse. In some cases.
Yeah.
I didn't say they're having the
Yeah.
worst year. I'm just saying they're not having a good one.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I pointed out Catholicism is winning this year.
Yeah.
The other two of the big three, they're getting all the headlines, warring with each other. Nickelodeon's taking all the headlines for pedophilia. Catholicism is skating.
It's just cruising
Easter
right
was
along.
a breeze this year.
That's hilarious. It was though.
Jesus didn't even need to come back this year. He's like,
He
they're
took a
doing
year off.
fine without me. Moses, on the other hand, he
He's-
should have made an appearance.
Yeah, he's sweating. He should have parted a sea or two.
No, you need more barriers.
Yeah.
You need to,
That's
yeah.
why they didn't call him in. They're not looking to bring barriers down. They're looking to bring them up. You need like a reverse Moses.
A reverse Moses.
Hold on. The gears are turning.
Is that making you think the reverse Moses?
I don't know enough about Moses. Okay, so wait. He's the guy that did the 10 Commandments?
Yeah, he was put in the
Okay.
basket.
Well,
he
I
was
would say he
adopted.
presented them.
Yeah,
He didn't
God,
really write them.
God kind of did him. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I
he took a lot
mean-
of credit.
If he's the one you saw with the chisel
That's
and the
true,
writing,
that's
I'm
true.
going to assume,
It's Moses.
Possession is 9/10.
like, why is that believable, but not a guy sticking his head in a hat and reading off of some pieces of gold?
Right.
Is there just a cut, like, because Scientology, too, that's like a religion is there just a cutoff date for when religions were okay? Is it like the first Batman comic that was like, all right, this is our new mythology. We're not allowed to create any more religions that we're going to believe in.
Yeah, that basically was that was like Christianity. Basically, it was like, or maybe I guess Islam came later. I don't know, but whichever one came later, that would have been the last one. Really, the rest of them we all go, oh, that's a cult. You know, like there is no other. Everything we're like Scientology, that's a cult.
Yeah.
But at some point, it was just exactly the same. They were just following Jesus. It was like there's some weirdos, this like small group of weirdos that doesn't pray to like Jupiter
Yeah.
or whatever.
Well, that was before all the Jesus stuff. Before it was all like the Greek gods. So they had all the like the polytheism,
Yeah.
and then they were all like, "This is what's normal," and then all these one god, but they somehow asserted themselves
Yeah.
into being the popular ones,
Yeah.
and then it became comic books.
Yeah. Yeah. Now it's no God. We're going down on gods. The next
Ooh.
generation will be -1 God.
Shrinkflation on God.
Yeah, you're right. It's shrinkflation on God, and it's a problem. Okay?
I also would so want to watch like Dave's like brief history of the world, but by Dave. It was like Mel Brooks version.
As Dave thinks it
history
happened.
Who
Well-
needs drunk history when Dave's got an even worse sober history?
Moses, that was the guy with the
There you
commandments,
go.
right?
No, but how did they get to the point where they're like, okay, we all believe in Zeus and all his family. He fucks humans, but he does it in the form of animals for
Yeah.
some reason.
Hey,
Mhm.
We're deciding that's weird. We're going to stick to the one God. stays in human form, fucks one woman, has a kid. This is normal. That stuff is weird.
Turning
But we
into a
used to think
goose.
that was normal. How did that switch? Where was the switch made?
Yeah.
Eventually, right? The Emperor of Rome, right? It was eventually I think Constantine.
Well,
Right?
the answer, you're absolutely right. It was the Emperor Constantine. He had a big battle and he saw a vision before the battle and he painted crosses on the shields of his troops. And then he won the battle. He wasn't supposed to win it. And then he was like, okay, we are all now Christians. It's like not just me.
Oh, so you have to kill
all of
all the
you.
other people.
Yeah, basically. So that's how Constantinople, right? They became Christian, and then that was.
And I can't see how that reflects on modern day at all.
Yeah, so Scientology kind of had the right idea. 'Cause
Yeah.
They put the fear of God in some people. That's
Very specific people.
I know, but they call it squirreling. Do you know what that's what they call them? Do you know
Really?
that? Yeah, people that are like the people that go out and harass, they're called like squirrels
Well,
or
that's cute.
squirrels.
yeah,
I know it's
kinda
kind of
cute.
cute.
Better
cute.
than Jehovah's Witness.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but squirrels don't like throw poison pellets over the fence at your dog and stuff. So
They could use actual squirrels to do that, though. I would not put that past them. They
that
are,
would make Scientology
know,
a menace if
that-
they were training
like a
squirrels
trained-
to kill.
yeah.
you know, little poison acorns,
Oh, just you train a squirrel to do anything.
Yeah.
You got me
Yeah.
as an audience.
right?
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
good,
hearing-
bad, neutral, whatever.
So all it takes for you to hear an entire religion out is just if they can make a squirrel do a trick.
Hey, what are your stupid pet tricks?
Yeah.
I'm into it.
It's the to quote no better role model figure, Calvin Candy from Django Unchained.
Oh my
Sure,
God.
why not?
You had my attention. Now you have my interest.
Poison squirrels, you
Yes.
say?
Just good to know that
Yeah.
like Jack Hanna would have been able to lead you anywhere.
Oh my God, yes.
I'm not saying I would have bought in. I would have been more entertained by it.
You would have hung around for the pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if Veggie Tales was around when I like all the Catholic, like they're entertaining stories probably. I never, it's just so brooding. Like,
It is. It's a brooding
yeah, if
religion.
you, if
sure
you
is.
had me in with a Veggie Tales or something, you got to know how to market to people. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. So really your lack of religion is because of your lack of Veggie Tales growing up. More Veggie Tales and who knows what would have happened.
Possibly. No. As I said, I could have just enjoyed it as a story. I think Scientology probably as a story is more fun.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Sure.
Problem is you have to be like $100,000 in before you get the space tale that they tell,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
But how do we have it then? Are people just
Because
leaking?
people leave.
People
Yeah,
leaking?
people leave all the time.
Yeah.
Layer rem.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
what they And then they poison your dog.
Yeah.
That's when it happens.
I mean, better than human sacrifice, right? Yeah.
And they
No,
don't do
no,
that.
no,
they
I-
definitely don't do that.
I'm speaking on like a normal human being level. I actually would kill thousands of humans before
you
any
poisoned
animal.
one
Right?
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Me too. Me too. I was feeling a little human sacrificey yesterday. You know what I mean? I saw the eclipse and I was like, I'm not going to do it, but I get it. Like I get why you don't know what's. Yeah.
like
You're
the
like,
yeah.
okay, well, we better kill some people. And then you do it and then it gets better. Right? Like it goes away and you're like, well, hey, that worked. Good job, guys. We
What
did
gets
it.
better?
The eclipse.
Oh,
It only lasts a little while. So you kill a bunch of
so
people.
you think that you killing those people, like, because there was a lady in San Fran that said she shot up a fucking highway
That's right.
in
She
the
said that
name of
God-
the eclipse.
Yeah.
I guess she looked at it first because she missed everyone.
That's why eclipse shooters are good. They're too blind. to
I wa-
anything.
God, why couldn't all our shooters be eclipse based?
Yeah. So that's I totally get why people that lady that shot people. I was like, lady, I get it. I get it.
Shot in their general directions. Yeah.
That's the best outcome. That's why I get it, and I can be happy about that one a little more than the
I know.
Mayans.
So
Those
I'm
Jesus-
sorry to do this because this is a live podcast, but okay, so I just got a report that a red car, which my car is red, may have been broken into like on the street. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Just in case.
We
Keep
got-
going, guys. Everything
we're-
looks great. I love
Okay,
you.
We're all
Yeah.
teed up here for
I-
a
Okay.
producerless segment here.
I mean,
This
I know.
segment.
I
Neil's
know-
car was just sacrificed for the.
I know he
eclipse.
has to call the cops, but I definitely wanted to report it to us first.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. We will report to live crime news from North Philadelphia as it happens to us and our guests.
Just going right to Newsmax from here.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. No, I mean it's sad.
None of it's
No, it is very funny,
obvious.
Dave. It is very funny that Neil is suffering a possible tragedy.
All right.
You changed, man.
I have.
No, you're the same. I love you.
Hey, I had my car towed in this shitbag city. Much rather it's stolen. Right? No.
Well, what is towing if not theft?
You have the same moment no matter what. Is it you? Was it you? Okay,
Oh,
we're good.
Thank
No-
God. See, now it's funny again.
All right. Yeah. See, it's totally happened to somebody else that we don't even know.
Could be
It's
someone with a
hilarious.
family.
Yeah.
Neil doesn't have that.
No.
No.
Neil is a victim that doesn't matter.
Very true.
Any crime to Neil is a victimless crime.
Exactly.
And you only
If it
got no
same,
rights.
same if it happened
Yeah,
to me.
true.
I have, yeah. Any crime that happens to me is
Deserved.
no. I try to live my life
Retribution.
neutrally, so it doesn't affect the needle in one way
Okay.
or the other. But I'm saying it's not really a tragedy
No, it's
if
not.
I get killed or anything.
Well, no, that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I would say the same thing for myself. Although personally, obviously, it is the only tragedy if I die. But to everyone else, no,
I live
go
my
on with your
life.
lives.
It doesn't. Nobody should be affected longer than a week
That's
for
why
my death.
I was just thinking, if I die, we should only miss 1 week on this podcast. You should have
Are you kidding?
replacement lined up.
Why would you just throw away viewers like that? Everybody, dude, we have to see how Dave handles the
Right.
fucking.
That's right.
And if I wait 2 weeks, it'll still be big. But
That is true. And if
It's
I died
big as
this
well.
time, it would be big because we officially have 666 subscribers
Oh,
as of this episode,
no.
which is
I
great.
think
If
we
I
lost a few.
Well, we might after this episode, we might have lost a few. But if we died and had 666 viewers, that would be foul play, would be afoot. That would be some supernatural shit right there.
That is a good way to draw me into religion.
Eclipses, earthquakes,
The devil.
666, I die, poisoned by a squirrel.
Is that the only religion with the devil?
What?
I guess the polytheists, they all had their Hades or whatever.
Yeah.
Nobody else has a devil besides like in
Us
today's, right?
and
Us.
The Jews, yeah, well, the Catholics, Christians, and then the Jews don't have a devil.
They don't even have a hell.
No.
That should be their big selling point.
Yeah, what for people that are so like more than like guilting each other, you would think that there would be some kind of like punishment at the end.
Yeah, geez,
To kill
New
people.
Jersey has its own devil. We're just throwing devils at shit. You know what I
The
mean?
devil's away in Jersey.
What's your favorite devil? What's your favorite devil, Silas?
Probably
have-
just give me the white devil.
Just
Give
the
me
white
the
devil.
white
yeah.
Christian
It's a good
devil.
devil.
That was
You know,
great.
the one we all know and love that kind of looks vaguely like your dad in your mind, but you know, we all know what we're thinking of. Yeah, give me that guy.
Sure.
Not Tasmanian.
I love a Tasmanian.
Oh yeah.
Tasmanian always feels like flea markets. to me.
Yeah.
See, if he was pushing religion.
The
Mm,
Tasmanian devil?
Oh yeah.
He kind of was in the 90s. He was everywhere.
he was.
But he
With
didn't
his
talk
pants
or
all
anything. He went,
backwards.
"Blah, blah, blah, not have you heard the word?
Listen, if people are getting you tattooed on the back, on the small of their back, you're approaching religion.
People got a Tasmanian tramp stamp.
Well, and certainly on the back of their calves too.
Yeah.
Calves
Oh,
with
yeah.
Tasmanian devils
That's a big one.
wearing the backward pants with the crisscross. Yeah,
Yeah, there's a whole iconography, right? Because that's like hip hop tags.
there are
right?
stained glass images of that Taz
Really?
devil. All in Manayunk. That is what we worship at the altar.
That's
Church
all
of
I
the
need to
Holy.
hear. That's a religion as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I know.
That's-
I know about
If-
Tweety Bird tramp stamps, but I didn't know Taz was.
Oh, you can come
yeah.
on Taz anytime. Yeah,
Come on.
sure.
Come on, Taz.
He has. I feel like he's got the best drying cycle.
You're
Yeah.
right.
It's a
Oh,
mess in
man.
there.
Fling it right
shouldn't have
back at you.
Jizzed on the Tasmanian devil. That shit's everywhere now.
Stuck in the fur.
I wouldn't even be handling it that close to the Tasmanian devil, to be honest with you. He's
Ooh.
moving pretty fast. It's like a propeller blade.
Which Looney Tunes character you think gives the best hand jobs?
Oh, that's a good one.
Good question.
Daffy Duck.
That's despicable.
Saliva. It's the saliva. You know, it's just everywhere.
Yeah.
The big monster, the furry monster. I
Gossamer.
think. Gossamer.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. I think he probably gives the best hand jobs. He's tender.
Okay.
He's got
Do
like.
you
a
ever
sweet
see his
heart.
hands? Or are they?
They're like in. I
Yeah.
imagine they're furry like the rest of them.
Yeah.
Though,
I feel like
you
he
know?
has gloves though, which is also
maybe that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean-
you'd get a lot of a gloved. Most of your options are a gloved hand job.
I'm gonna
in
go with
that world.
Pepe Le Pew.
Oh.
All that horniness, never scoring. That dude's a
Okay.
fucking serial jerk.
Oh, but yeah. Well, gives or I mean, like to himself, because I don't
mean-
think you want one from him. He's a little okay.
I don't know, man. He's got.
Oh
some-
yeah, check.
Dude,
He got
those-
claws.
Oh yeah, I don't know
I thought
about
he just
that.
had hands. No, I don't
Oh.
want a claw and hand job.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah, this feels like my first time in high school.
I
This is rough. This is.
never
tough for
noticed
me.
his head's a little heart.
Yeah,
cute.
it's
sweet.
cute.
You don't think Pepe Le Pew, if he does it to himself, he couldn't do it to other people just as well?
yeah,
no.
he's just a little too eager.
And he's French. He's probably bisexual.
Yes.
Yeah,
So he's
that's true.
probably, gives them all the time.
Okay, you inspire me. I'm gonna go to another foreigner. I'm going Speedy Gonzalez.
See,
Just for sheer what he can do. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like there's nothing.
You're in, you're out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We just get it right over with.
Mm.
He's Speedy Gonzalez. Whatever pace you need him to go, he got you.
Oh, I think he just goes one pace. I think
Well,
that's
that's
the whole
true.
thing.
That's true. He just
You
knocks it
know?
out real quick though. I'm a man on the go.
Yes.
I'm busy.
I feel like
you know.
Speedy Gonzalez though dry is going to be a problem.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my
that's
god,
true.
yeah, you got to preload.
That's true.
But
I
the
just figured
tiny-
I'd dunk him in lotion or something. And
Yeah.
he would just be covered in
the
it.
tiny hands make you fucking huge too.
Oh,
Sure.
man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel like he's going to be riding it like a beanpole kind of suit. You know what I mean? Hands and feet, kind of like.
That's
Up and
exactly
down.
how I'm
Yeah, that's what I'm
conceiving of this. Yeah, he's using a whole body thing for.
Are
for
we
Speedy
ruining
here.
people's childhoods? Childhoods? We might be causing trauma.
Do the kids still? I mean, they're not. Are they still making new Looney Tunes? I know they had the one movie, but that apparently they shot the entire thing. Warner Brothers. They shot an entire
yeah.
The People versus,
Wile E. Coyote.
Acme.
Acme versus
Acme,
Wile E. Coyote.
yeah.
Or Acme versus Coyote.
and then the same thing they did with Supergirl, right?
Yeah.
They just
They
shot,
just shut it down.
or no, Batwoman,
Yeah, it was Batwoman.
adjective, girl name, yeah, yeah. So they just shelved these movies.
They couldn't get the hand job scene right.
Lord knows they tried. They
Yeah.
shot that thing over and over and over.
Yeah, it's like every 15 years the IP has to come back. They want to sell more toys, right?
Right. And they have to like keep ownership of it or
Yeah.
whatever. So they have to keep making them.
Man, I'd hate to have an Acme sex doll though, and that thing just explodes on you or whatever.
Unless somebody else tries to use it and then it works, you know. That's how the Acme stuff works.
Every time. Every time.
All right, hey, that's you just paint a vagina on it, and Roadrunner gets right in there, and he's like, "Oh shit, that's a real vagina."
Yeah. Oh, accordion cock. Then you got an accordion cock.
All right, movie idea. No. Accordion.
Exactly. Yeah, you got
Instead
it.
of
Exactly. We're obviously very skilled on cartoon injuries. Diverse tour of cartoon injuries today. Oh, that's good.
exactly. Jesus, where do we even go?
Yeah,
from
yeah,
that?
I know. We covered so much too.
We sure did.
This all started with Curb, I think.
Yeah. We were talking
Yeah.
about the finale of Curb.
But yes,
yeah.
I think he did nail it.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. I will watch it this week and report back next week on that.
Well,
Yeah,
we also talked about celebrity death, like a lot of people dying as well. We had the earthquake. You had so much you covered. We had eclipse. The
the earthquake.
world is insane.
The
Right now.
earthquake. I love the earthquake. The earthquake is like
Yeah, we didn't really dwell on the earthquake.
We didn't go on the earthquake.
we didn't. Well, we just kind of touched on it. I like the earthquake because I don't know if you guys know this, but I used to live in a town that gets the occasional earthquake.
Every time.
You have this teed up, Los Angeles, a city called Los Angeles. There we go. Thank you, Neil. Neil's just gonna acapella this one. He doesn't have the sound, but you know, there's the occasional one, and it's funny because like it was like that, where it's like that's fun because you get all the fun of the natural disaster, but you don't actually have to like experience any hardship or heartache. You basically just text all your friends, like, "Did you feel it? Did you feel it? Did you feel it?" Like, and then you get
feel
to
it?
be in
I
a.
did not.
Neither.
Yeah, same.
You
And we
didn't
were
feel
standing
it?
next to each other. That was weird. But no, I didn't feel. I felt the one that we had in like 2011 or 2012, whatever that was, but not this one. This is,
Because this one was longer.
Yeah, it was
So the
closer to you too. It was in Jersey, right? Wasn't it?
It
It
popped by.
the Garden State Parkway.
I was on a 6th floor when it happened, so I was ready to meet God.
Or or the devil.
Yeah.
It's just like, bring it all down, baby. This is end of days are here. I don't know. Yeah, this is. I feel so. We got 2 in one day. I feel like other than that, I've had 2 in my lifetime. So we're doomed, right?
Yeah, that's probably it for you.
Yeah, that's it. That's a wrap on humanity.
It's fun because there's that split second where you don't know what's going on, then you realize it's an earthquake, and then you have enough time to be like, is this it? Like, is everything going to start falling down? And then it ends. That's almost always, unless you're in San Francisco 1937 or whatever. That's always how it goes.
And because we had our first tornado, like a couple years, like 2 or 3 years ago, right?
Yeah, we get
Yeah.
that.
That was like a pandemic tornado. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. The pandemic tornado. I forgot about that.
So
Yeah,
why?
that was because of the pandemic, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's
China.
related. Like, let's take the hit, humanity.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to be here anymore. You kind of fucked it all up.
Yeah. So you think this is all part of an escalating series of ways to eradicate humanity?
I hope.
Like perhaps like a series of I don't know, let's call them plagues. And you're not religious.
Yeah. If only there was like some guy that had to deal with that.
No,
I don't
there
know,
was a
whatever.
sign
I
or
wouldn't even know.
something.
Wouldn't even know anybody like that. So.
I got a boat and a bunch of animals ready to fuck. No, it's not.
The
It's
hero
not-
we didn't even know we
Yeah.
needed.
Or want.
It's not
or
satisfying.
deserve.
because
Yeah.
It's not happening exponentially enough. It's being too slow dripped. It's something I'd like to see in my lifetime.
Well, I do think that in real time, like when the plagues were happening to your people, it wasn't bing bang boom the way we learned it. I think that kind of was stretched out over. They condensed it.
Yeah,
So
I think you're probably
You
right.
know.
For audiences, they knew they had a short attention span. You can't be
They had to
like,
cut
Yeah.
out the fat.
and
Yeah.
then another 37 years passed by with nothing
you know?
happening.
Yeah.
They veggie tails the shit out of those
Yes,
people.
yeah.
That's right. They already made that mistake with the so-and-so begat so-and-so
Oh my
chapter.
God! Let's get to the point.
They got a new producer, a new line producer on there. He's like, we're going to keep this moving, less exposition.
So I hate to think of a guy like biblical me back then, just being like, "Ooh, we've got 2 plagues so far. I'm gonna fucking see the end of this shit."
I'm riding this
He's like,
out.
drip, drop, drip, drop. He fucking gets old. He's like, "Oh, can't believe I lived my entire fucking miserable life and I don't even get to see all these shitheads go with me."
Just get a steamroller out of the blue.
That's the way it's going to be. Again, it's going to rain frogs, rivers of blood, and everyone is still going to be there in traffic the next day.
Yeah. It's so disappointing, isn't it? It's not so much to ask that I just go out. My cause of death is extinction level event. It's not too much to ask.
Part
I
of me
feel
does
like.
wish that COVID was as bad as they thought it was going to be at first.
Oh hell yeah!
Like, provided I survived, it would
Big
have been nice.
caveat.
Yeah, the big caveat is I make it out, but yeah, part of me wishes that was like an extinction level event that we all got out and we were like, oh, nothing changed. Like a couple, people died, but nobody like
Important.
yeah, exactly. No, but people died were the people that like were on their way out anyway. A lot of them. It was like old people. It was like, the flu was gonna get them in the next like 10 years anyway. COVID just kind of came up.
They skewed the numbers too. Anyone that got shot, like COVID bullet.
Imagine
Imagine
Imagine a COVID bullet.
I think he sneezed when he was loading the gun.
Although if that happened, that would be devastating. Getting shot with a bullet that's been sneezed on.
Gross.
You're shot and you have COVID.
That is gross.
And the worst pandemic of it all is that COVID caused was every other disease getting like a headline, and then it just nothing.
Yeah.
Disease X, they're like, it's 20 times worse than COVID. Where's my disease X then? Huh? You tease me? You fucking dangled little
Why
disease X?
do I, Dave Primiano, personally not have this disease right now, but so bad?
Yeah. COVID did kill something, and it does affect me. COVID killed the 24-hour diner. I don't know how it is in Jersey. But
Oh,
in
no, there's
Pennsylvania,
one walkable distance right next to my apartment.
24 hours?
Gone.
Gone. Yeah. COVID killed all the diners that were 24 hours in my area are now, they
Mhm.
close at 11 or midnight. There's nowhere to go for like food, like eggs at 2 a.m. COVID destroyed that.
Who would have
I'll never
thought
forgive them.
eating bats killed the people that fucked goats.
Okay. All right.
I have been counting these 2 minutes down, trying to see where this goes.
This is
Guys, we're gonna go to the news.
this has been a real right wing turn to this podcast for the
This has
past
just
5
been a
minutes. All right.
Apocalypse song. I love it.
The
All right, here
news
we go.
news?
Yeah,
The
let's
news?
do it.
Okay, boy. Shoot the shit. You're talking news. You're talking news. We're here to shoot the shit. Talking news. Hey, it is the news section.
Oh wait, did you have the music playing when I was defending myself? I
Yes,
could make fun
yeah.
of the Greeks. The Greeks are fair game. Okay,
Okay.
they're technically white. I'm allowed to make fun of them.
We were litigating that during
Yeah.
the sound clip there, everybody. He had no support then either. Okay.
This is the second week in a row I've had to defend myself for something racist right before the.
Right before the break. Yeah, you've been wrapping up. You know, you were like, come on, buttoning everything up on a real racist beat 2 weeks in a row. This is the news section, everybody. This is the section of the show where Dave and I have written 12 jokes about 12 stories happening in the news. I don't know what he's written. He doesn't know what I've written. However, if we do write a joke on the same news story, we are going to have a joke off. When Dave and I are joking each other off, that is a competition, and you are the judge, our esteemed guest. If we are joking each other off, you will just determine which one you like more, and then that person will get a point. I am ahead right now, and I'm never looking back.
I'm gonna Pepe Le Pew the shit out of you.
You might actually, if we get any. This is not a great way.
On Mike, it's what I say. We are testing the algorithm. Yeah,
Here we go. All right.
I love this, guys.
Dave, after you, sir.
All right. Famed Tropicana Las Vegas resort closing to make room for new baseball stadium. They're facing backlash from Italian groups for cultural appropriation, though, because, quote, a bunch of guys with baseball bats coming in and shutting down a casino is our thing.
Yeah. It's true. It is our culture. Our culture is not your costume. Las Vegas. All right. Joe Biden could be kept off the ballot in Ohio, warned state Republican official. And the people of Ohio are happy to finally have an instance of railroading that does not end up in a toxic spill.
Very nice.
Thank you.
World's first ultra accessible theme park expands services for children and adults with disabilities. To show their commitment to inclusivity, they've added a handicapped version of every ride you can find at any other theme park, with the exception of the merry-go-round, because all the horses had to be put down. A little bit of a journey.
Yeah, it's all right.
That's
You
not
got-
even my longest one.
Yeah, it was a long walk to telling kids that the horses have been killed for being lame.
Oh, sorry. Cutting back in just to see Silas's face. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Republicans introduced bill to rename D.C. airport after Donald Trump in honor of the doors coming off his presidential campaign.
He's gonna win.
Yeah, probably, unfortunately.
Trump vows to create Christian Visibility Day following Biden's declaration of Trans Visibility Day. The message he's trying to convey here may be confusing to some, though, as the entire Christian belief system revolves around something invisible.
Yeah.
Cute.
I like it. Yeah. House conservatives demand steep concessions in exchange for Baltimore bridge funding. House Speaker Mike Johnson threatened, if you want that bridge, you better open your tunnels.
Yeesh.
See,
Lord have mercy.
it's a tunnel, Joe. It needs like a butthole.
They just paint that tunnel. No coyotes allowed. All right, here's a long one. I rewrote this 12 times, though. So, Westworld might still get its final season, co-creator teases. And it's all thanks to star of the show, James Marsden, penning a heartfelt letter saying, sure, it was a show where these robot people who are basically children are thrown into a world of people who want to use them for their own depraved needs, and also they're not allowed to say no. But I know this show. It's a good show, and it deserves a second chance.
Oh, that's so disappointing. That Colossus
Did you see
that.
the docu?
I
Okay.
did, yes. I'm on his side.
Damn, we should have had you for the episode where we talked about that.
You do kind of rock the grown-up child star visual.
Yes, I'm short. I get it. That's all it takes.
You're like a Frankie Muniz type. If I was
Pre or
if I was
post
booking
hair?
a show
I
and
got
said,
hair.
yeah, I want a Frankie Muniz type on the show.
That could those could be fighting words. You're a Frankie Muniz type. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Saying I'm in the middle,
My
motherfucker.
brain works.
Yeah. Donald Trump says he will become the quote modern day Nancy. Sorry, let me try that again. Donald Trump says he will become quote the modern day Nelson Mandela if arrested. And like Mandela, about half of the people want to have memories of Trump dying in prison.
All right. Here's a topical. Chumbawamba wants politicians to stop playing 90s hit at rallies. They said they don't even it doesn't even have anything to do with their political views. It's just that most of the current politicians look like if they get knocked down, they stay down.
Spirit Airlines will defer new plane orders and furlough 260 pilots in cost-cutting moves. Spirit says they have some exciting alternatives for customers, pointing out that there ain't no rule that says a dog can't take off from LAX.
All right. No Labels declines to field candidate in 2024 presidential sweeps. Quote, a hero never emerged. Plus, they said, if we get president, then we have to be exclusive with the United States. And I mean, what if we get a chance to run an Asian country for a night?
It's got to keep things open.
Yeah.
Keep your options open.
No labels on this. Such a bad name for a fucking
It is
political
a terrible
party.
name. You knew they were lost when they picked that name. All right. Australian court rules a women-only art exhibit must allow men to enter. But as a compromise says the men can only pop their heads in if they promise to stay very still.
All right. A 4.8 magnitude earthquake rattles New York City and the New Jersey region. Said certain residents of New York City, it's bad enough they took our weather controlling machine. Now they're using it against us.
Sacha Baron Cohen and wife Isla Fisher are divorcing after 14 years. And now when he thinks about his wife, Borat will get as upset as we do when we hear my wife.
It's a joke off.
Oh, God damn it. It's like my own
It's my next one too. Yeah.
Oh, wow. How about that?
Yeah. Sacha Baron Cohen and Isla Fisher announced their divorce. But on the plus side, that means there's one less person out there doing the my wife.
That's a wash.
I think we can call that.
That's a
Yeah,
wash,
that's
yeah.
the same thing.
Alrighty. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson regrets endorsing Biden and says woke culture really bugs him. He went on to say, quote, look at how the woke studios ruin great stories by filling them with Samoan athletes.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
And much less racist than my Samoan joke from last week, which was my favorite one. All right. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy faces flack for not returning to state following historic earthquake. This made the residents of New Jersey feel like their government doesn't have their backs and will be reminded of this every day that FEMA doesn't come and fix the picture frames that are hanging slightly askew.
Drunk Florida man beat up after making fun of Disney World guest with Down syndrome in a type of fight traditionally known as a country bear jamboree.
All right. Protesters in Michigan chant "Death to America, Death to Israel" on last day of Ramadan. Then they quickly took survey of their surrounding Michigan area and changed it to, okay, just death to Israel. Someone's already been through here.
Yeah, that's a good one. Florida private school cancels Autism Awareness Week after pastor calls it demonic. And he's right. If you let autism commingle long enough with satanic thought, you could end up on a podcast about stand-up comedy.
In theme for tonight. I love it when it lines up like that. All right. Rare 6-legged mountain gazelle spotted in Israel. This phenomenon will be explainable up until sometime next week when they find a mountain gazelle in Palestine with only 2 legs. Ooh, got a little spittle on that one.
No,
That's a good joke.
That's
That's a good joke.
You know it's a good joke when something comes out of the mouth. More than a laugh. You got some spittle. All right. Quantum Leap canceled by NBC after 2 seasons. The actors will move on to other projects, spending their lives leaping from story to story, hoping each leap will be the leap into a real career. I had to take the Quantum Leap joke. It's the only time I'm ever going to make a Quantum Leap
It's too
joke.
real, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
Quantum Leap. That would have been a good
That's
one.
what I'm saying. That's I
Could we-
appreciate that. We can do it. I'll bring it back.
If it ever comes back,
just to do
I'm
Quantum
going to do
Leap,
Quantum Leap.
and that's it.
Okay.
I never got to do my Frasier episode.
Oh, that would have been good.
We'll talk.
I can't wait. Vatican blasts gender affirming surgery and surrogacy as violations of human dignity. They said this needs to be stopped immediately because nothing is more important to the preservation of human dignity. And also, don't worry about any leftover puberty blockers. We'll find a use for them.
Finally for me. New Zealand tightens visa rules after migration hits unsustainable levels. The Prime Minister said, you have people here sneaking illegally, bringing their rings, not to give them back to the country, but to throw them into the fires of Mount Doom. And when things get tough, they just hop on an eagle and fly away.
Nice.
Thanks.
We get it. You watch stuff.
Yeah, who is that joke for? I don't know, but me, that's who.
Speaking of things to watch,
Yeah,
Sylis, what do you got coming up?
Let's see. April 22nd, I'm doing a show at I believe it's called Kinme, Kinme. It's Usman Habib's show. April 22nd at 8 p.m. I believe. Somewhere in Philadelphia. Just find me. Just look around and just yell for me.
Well, we're gonna get
You have
your
to call his name 3 times.
Yeah.
That's right. We're under Beetlejuice rules here. We will get your social up there on the screen for everyone to see. Neil's give me the thumbs up.
Yep.
So everybody able to find you there to find all your stuff. Dave, what do you have coming up?
Just added
Oh,
this Friday at Myers Brewing Company, or their brewery.
It's
or
fun
brewing
because this is
company.
the moment when it feels like we're kind of having our first time sexually, and you're kind of looking at me to lead.
yeah.
It's fun.
I
You kind
never-
of just make eye contact.
I never make eye contact.
Yeah, I
during
know.
sex,
We know that.
or have sex.
Yeah, well, right. That also.
Yeah.
Then the 20th, I'll be on a show with you and you
Yeah. We got. Yeah, you guys are
at
coming
a
up.
taco stand. I forgot the name of the place. Rosie's Taco Shack.
Jimmy's
Jimmy eats tacos.
Jimmy eats tacos. Good. No one's gonna come to this.
Jimmy's Chicken Shack.
Yeah, come on out to Rosie's Taco Bar. You can come on out April 20th to see Dave and Dan.
I'll be there
For a
too.
great show,
We
yeah.
haven't gone to what I'm doing yet, but yes,
It's
I'll
a-
be there.
Yeah,
It's a great one.
And then the Friday after that, I said I would. I was doing some outdoor show called Giggles in the Garden. I was gonna get the name of the place, but then the thing wouldn't load. And Neil, so still doing that show. It's,
Giggles in the Garden.
I looked up the venue. It's like a wedding venue for
Okay.
vagrants.
Wedding venue for vagrants.
Hey, they should
It's
get married
outdoors.
too.
That's
Yeah,
that's who
why
gets
not?
married outdoors.
They got time.
It's legal now.
Yeah.
So yeah, no vagrants getting married that day. Come see me do comedy instead. Giggles at the Garden.
Giggles at the Garden.
Yeah, Jay Yoder, Epilator out there.
Oh,
They're
boy.
friends
Nice.
of the show.
Yeah. You get a lot of giggles with that lineup.
Yeah. And what do you got?
I am on that very show that we just discussed. I'm not even going to discuss it any further. I actually don't know if I agreed to perform or if I just agreed to go, but it says here I'm going to be at the Briquette Lounge in Westchester on the 13th. I think it might just be, that's this Saturday. I might just be drinking. So don't get mad if you come to see comedy and it's just music and you're drinking with me. But I may be performing. And then on the 20th, you can see me with this great lineup. We'll talk about that again next week. And then the 27th, I'm at Wisecrackers, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to
deal
it.
with that shit.
We'll deal with my one real show. No, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
hey,
This is going to be a great show too. This
No, the
20th.
Taco House.
Yeah, this is going to be a
of
good show.
Rosie. And don't forget to buy a shirt.
Yes, merch. we're not going to forget referencing merch.
Yep.
Buy our merch, please. Buy a shirt. Buy some kind of a
hoodie.
swag, like
Yeah.
a hoodie.
Are the hoodies cheaper now that it's t-shirt season? I doubt it,
The hoodies don't get cheaper.
I don't think that's
but
how
it's
it works.
worth asking.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. Yeah,
But you can cut off part of your hoodie if
You
you're a
go
woman.
sleeveless, like our next week guest, John Kensel. I
Yeah.
feel like he's got a few cut-off sleeved hoodies.
Definitely.
Right? Yeah.
I hope he comes in one. I hope John Kensel shows up in a cutoff shirt.
Neil.
Yeah, you can just check out all the stuff and these guys and all the shows. Don't forget to like and subscribe for the Weekday Comics on iTunes and YouTube and all that great stuff. You can follow Dan and Dave all over their Instagram as well. And you can check out everything DropTent and their merch as well at droptent.com/store/events/ all that kind of cool stuff. Go there and check out everything that these guys got going on and our shows. So thanks, guys.
There we go.
Tight.
All right. This was great. Thank you so much, Silas. This was
Thank
a great
you guys for having
episode.
me. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Anytime.
Okay, I'll be back next week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come on back.
Cancel.
You're
That's how
joining
I
us now.
invited. Hey, I heard you got Tuesdays off. You always have a home here, 1 week only.
1 week out of maybe a year. No, thank you so much. This was great. Thank you guys all for watching. We will see you next week with our guest, John Kensel. Bye, everybody. Well, there we go. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Oh, man, that was a. we fucking landed that like Kerry Strug should have.
How you doing? This is Neil Wood from the Cult of Us podcast, speaking on behalf of DropTent Media Network, the network you're currently listening to. Make sure to check out all the other podcasts on the network. You can go to DropTent.com to check them all out. Make sure to like, subscribe on everything that you see DropTent on. We appreciate it. Go to DropTent.com now.
This has been a DropTent Media production.